Okay, everybody, this is the Anime Hammer Next Level podcast, and today we have a very special guest, Mr. Moshe. Moshe Wigder, right?
Sure, Wigder, yeah.
Very nice to meet you, and I follow you on Instagram, and let me tell you, you're not small potato. You're up there. People get to know you, okay? Tell us about yourself and how did you get started with Instagram and social media, stuff like that.
So, I don't know if you can tell by nature I'm shy.
You're a little bit
And
shy.
a little bit, you can see that,
My
right?
job is to bring you out. Today I'm going to bring you out, okay? Don't worry.
So,
Where are you in Muncie?
no, I live in New Jersey. I'm
Where in New
originally
Jersey?
from Brooklyn, but
Where?
New Jersey is a small town. I don't know if you're familiar. It's called Hillside. It's near Elizabeth, near Newark. It's a small
Yeah,
town.
I used to live in Fort Lee, Cliffside Park.
It's like a
I'm
half
gonna be
hour.
there for Shabbos. Very nice.
It's a half hour.
I have families in Muncie.
Yeah, I also have family once.
Yeah, that's next level. Yeah. So I know you're shy, but tell us a little bit about your experience, social media. How do you get so many views?
Okay, so when I started real estate, I started real estate with coaching with, there's a big coaching, Tom Ferry. He's probably the biggest in real estate coaching. And over there is a big emphasis on social media, making videos. But as I said, I'm shy and, I
You can be shy
didn't
and be
feel
in social
comfortable.
media. You can be shy and be in social media.
So listen, so I I was shy to do it, and also, my English, and you can probably relate to me with your Israeli accent. My English is like Hasidic, Hasidic English, and and I look very Hasidic, very Jewish.
Like I tell you, you're saying you're shy. This should go viral. Right? This will go viral to the world. Wow, this guy is shy, yet he's got million views.
Yeah, so basically, so my coach pushed me to start. So it's interesting how it started. So he was saying, you know what, you can speak in Yiddish to your crowd, speak to them about real estate. And I said, okay, let's start with that. Then he said, you know what, you're anyways doing the video in Yiddish, just do the same in English. And I'm like, what? English? Hasidic. So he showed me an Ukraine realtor with Ukraine accent, a little heavy Ukraine accent, and has like thousands of views. So if they can do it, you can do it. So I started doing it in English, and it's just being consistent week after week. And at one point, it went viral. Once he started going viral, and I'm Jewish, and especially after October 7, all these nonsense, free Palestine, and all these haters come and they comment and they write, and
I still get it.
they don't realize that the more they comment, the more they push my content.
Of course.
The more they push my content to more people, and, it goes even more viral. Yeah, that's what helped a lot.
How long ago did you start?
12 years ago.
12 years ago. So you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah. And by now I have one video that has over 90 million.
19.
Yeah, one line. Then I have other videos that have, usually when I put out a video, like within an hour, 1,000, 2,000 views. Then the end of the day, it will have over 10K views.
And I understand, and at the end of the day, you're helping buyers, right?
So, yeah, so I do have people reach out to me all the time. Because of you, I just closed on our house and because twice, and then I have people reaching out to me. They want to buy it. Yeah,
Right. So
definitely talks to people.
you help first time buyers or anybody?
I don't discriminate. You come to me, I'll try to help.
Only for residential?
Residential, commercial, wherever I can help, I'll help.
In in Jersey area only, right?
New Jersey, but I do have connections, and if you need somewhere else, I'll connect you, make the right connections.
And what is your vision for the next 10 years? You want to continue doing this? Or do you want to try to start buying your own properties and sort of like take it to the next level? Or are you happy with the status quo?
I enjoy the process. I enjoy helping people. It's an amazing feeling, especially if it's an end user, they're going to really live in the house. It's an amazing feeling that you've helped someone get out of the rent cycle and, have a place of their own. I hope to continue doing this. In our neighborhood, there's a realtor, Ms. Brewster, Ruth Brewster. So she is in the 90s. I think she's in the 90s, and she's still going on helping people buying, selling. I wish I could.
But you're not afraid of you taking people out, right?
What?
You're taking people out to show them properties, and people come to you from all over, local people. Who's coming to you? Everybody?
Why should I be afraid? I don't do crazy stuff, I mean, you can walk in the street and God forbid the car hits you, you don't need to be a realtor for something bad to happen. And I mean, usually you know with whom you're dealing with, so far I haven't had a situation where I felt dangerous or.
And you have a lot of people that coming back to you, buy, to flip.
Yeah, I have buyers that like more investors that we have bought, we have sold.
But you feel like sometimes you can say they make a lot of money, well, you're making a commission, but they can make much more.
And it's true.
How would you
I'm
like to
not
be?
saying.
How would you
I'm
like
not
to
saying
be?
I'm not jealous. I'm not saying I'm not jealous.
Don't be
but
jealous. No.
I know to stay in my lane. I know what
You
I'm
want to stay
good
in your
at.
lane. You're comfortable.
For me, again, this is now May 12, 2025. I don't feel that I want to own a 10 unit and be busy with the tenants and everything. Some people love it. Me
It's a lot of headache
personally,
too. It's a lot of headache.
it's a lot of headache, exactly. I mean, you could always have a management, but again, even if the management, it's also, you got to take care of stuff. And I can see this a lot of times. I see buildings that are run down by people who did not take care of the properties. And I don't want to be that landlord, right? And sometimes I can understand why they don't take care of the properties because the
Let me ask you
tenants
a
are not
question.
behaving.
Of course.
What?
Have you ever come across a property that you know that it's undervalued, and the potential buyer buy it and flip it the next day for X amount?
I see this all the time because I see that. I mean, I can see the number, but I haven't done it. Again, this is now. What will be tomorrow? Tomorrow I wake up and I would like, look, I gotta do this. Maybe we'll see tomorrow.
Say you see a property and asking $1 million, and you know it's worth 1.5 or 1.7.
What I will do is I have my clients that I know will do chick check and I'll call them, look, I have this deal that this is, again, this is what how I feel now.
And then that makes sense. But if you come across a deal where you can buy it and flip it with no renovation, call me. I'll make you a partner. How about that? And the commission.
You can talk?
No, but it's gotta be just have a lot of meat on table. A lot of meat. That's fine. That's fine. Do you come to Florida anytime soon?
I was never in Florida.
Never in Florida.
We'll see. I don't know.
Never in Florida. But you think you were doing this for many years, right?
This is my 4th year.
4th year.
I wish I start earlier.
Right.
But everything happens. God is,
Time from God.
good. So I'm happy where I am. I wish I started earlier, but
Do you see people are more investing right now, or they shy away, or they're waiting to see what happens with the market or with Trump, stuff like that?
yeah. So this is a good question. Yeah, people are on the sidelines, sitting and waiting to see what's going to happen. And me personally, I think it's a big mistake. I think it's easier to buy now because there's not so much competition.
I agree with you.
But yeah, people are waiting. People are nervous. You see that.
What's the average price you sell usually? What is the average?
I'd say over here in New Jersey, where I am, it's probably like 500
That's
average.
the average.
Then, I mean, if you have a big unit, then it's more. But I think the regular residential is like 500.
So I think, and by the way, those properties are market deals or off market?
I try to, this is where I aim for. I want to find people who want to sell, put on the market. I believe if you want to sell, put on the market because you will get more exposure and, it's just, you will make more money if you put on the market. But sometimes people for some reasons they don't want to put on the market. And sometimes I come across properties that are not on the market. Yeah.
Would you sell a property that's not, let's say a seller wants to get to sell it, but not give you an exclusive?
I mean, if I bring a buyer, why not?
Why not, right? Right. So I believe that it's never a good, bad time to buy, and it's never a good time to buy. It's always depends on the deal. If a buyer buy it, and low enough where you can make money, why not?
Exactly.
There's no such thing, good time, bad time. It's all depends on the deal. Because I'm not going to buy property. The market is very strong. Market is going up. Let me buy property because it's going up. That's also very bad. You don't do that. Right?
I believe, look at the numbers. Like,
Correct.
what is now? Whatever
Right.
is going up, that's already like a benefit. And I mean, you could think about it, but if you need to put in money every month, and the only way you make it sense is because you believe that in 2 years it will be worth more, what will be if it's not going to go up? If something happens, Trump is in office, he crashes the economy,
Right.
or maybe he will make the best economy. I mean, we don't know, right?
Right. But I believe, and anybody out there watching us, okay, if you buy it in a deep, where the market, price goes down a little bit, okay, you do your numbers, okay, you can't lose, but you got to buy it on a deep. You can't necessarily but give a market price. And by the way, a market price can be deep. Depends
Think
what.
about it. Think about it this way: if you bought before the 2008 crash, if let's say you bought at the peak,
Right.
400,000, and all of a sudden the market crashes, now the house is worth only 300,000. But you keep on paying your mortgage, you're paying your mortgage, you're paying your mortgage. If you held on till now, it's almost sure that you are now, first of all, you have equity paid off,
Right.
and you gain money too.
Yeah, but if it's a losing proposition from a get-go, you have to be able to feed the beast, okay? Every single month, pay mortgage, pay, yes? If you're on the
Right.
negative,
So you need to be able to help.
right? Yes. How much time can you feed the beast, okay? Break even, it's not. It's better than losing money.
Right.
How do you get your listing? Do you repeat business, or do you knock on doors, or you call?
So it's advertising, referrals. I mean, I do cold calling, I do door knocking. Most of it is advertising in my community and then referrals.
So it's a brand. You develop a name, people know about you, and they keep coming back to you. Right. That's the best way. It's not something done overnight.
No, definitely not.
What advice
Real
would
estate
you?
is a very, very slow build up. It's not like you go in the grocery, you buy a bottle of milk and you're done. It's relationships, it's a long game.
What would you do differently if you had to do it again? Start earlier.
That's early. Yeah, that's a big one.
The fact that you're,
Uh,
I'm sorry,
mhm.
sorry, start earlier. The fact that you're religious, does it help you? People trust you more, and you're a man of God.
I don't think. I think it's more the community part because we are in this tight knit community, so there's like a certain trust, and that helps.
So your community is everybody religious, Jewish, or anybody?
It's not that. I mean, I've sold properties to people. I've never met them. I have no clue how they look, only on the phone. But we signed like we called them up. I gave them evaluation, how much to list it for. We signed the agreement. Went through the whole process, whereas everything. And it's possible I come to Brooklyn, I see them, and I don't even know who they are. I've never seen them like face to face.
So you sell property sight unseen.
No, I saw the property. I live near Newark, so I saw the property, but I haven't seen the owner.
Right, understood.
I have no clue who they are.
Right, but the buyers pool that you have are the same community, Hasidic, or not necessarily?
Buyers also. I mean, no, I deal with the regular buyers also. But,
Everybody.
yeah, I mean, whoever wants to reach out to me, I deal with that. I also would sell also for not for my community, like, but I would say the base comes from my community.
Right. So your average sale is 500,000. That's your niche, right? You ever thinking about going into the luxury market?
The way I am, the price like I live near Newark, so it's not really a luxury market.
It's it's workforce.
It's more regular residential. Actually, real estate agent, older real estate agent told me like right at the beginning, we go to a market, a high market. So once when you're a high market, your commission is higher. But I started out where I live and branched out. So, I mean, who knows? I'm not saying nothing, never is like before. I don't know what's going to be tomorrow, but I know where I am now.
Right now you have a niche and you want to focus in your niche. You don't want to divert.
Like
Because
in my
sometimes
community, a lot of my community is in Newark and like Irvington, East Orange, this whole area, Essex County, Union County. That's where I want to put my focus and find these people. Let's say by COVID, there was a lot of free money going around. So people that have no idea, no clue in real estate, but it was free money. They buy a property. Now, after 5 years later, they just don't have patience anymore for it and they want to sell it. Those people I want to find.
do you see people coming from Florida to New Jersey to buy properties? Because I know usually it's the other way around, but
I've had people call me from New Jersey,
from Florida.
from Florida, call me from Florida. Like people are moving to Florida out of New Jersey or North Carolina. I see a lot of black community moving to North Carolina, Texas.
How's the insurance? We have insurance crisis here in.
Yeah. But it didn't affect so far.
Not too much.
Not that I'm aware. I mean,
Right.
insurance maybe went up a little bit, but
Right.
not like the crazy like in Florida.
What about the rent control? So when you sell, you like for example, you will sell like 5 unit, 10 units, or you just sell mostly one unit.
So it's each town get away. Sometimes it's not even registered by the town, so it's easier. But officially, New Jersey is rent controlled.
But they can go up too much, right? Maybe 2%.
Yeah, censorship.
But you can still make money, no?
You still make money. Again, as we said before, as long as the numbers make sense. Brooklyn over there is very, very rare, but I see Brooklyn still going strong.
I think it's going strong, not necessarily because the rent goes up, because you can't raise rent too much, okay? Just to the appreciation. And it's getting very expensive, and people want to be in certain areas, so they're going to pay. Because when you're in the blue state, okay, it's very difficult to make money. But New York, New Jersey area, it's it's a big name. That makes sense? So things will go up or appreciate, over the years,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, COVID was it's coming back, even in New York, and the market's coming back.
But when people come to you and they want to buy a property, do they take into the fact that the rent is going up, or they just do it because you know what? It's rental, it's appreciation. The area gonna get better.
Look, I will never tell my buyer what to do and how they should make money. So I know certain buyers that are losing money at the mortgage. They believe in appreciation. It works for them. I'm not going to, I'm not going. I say I'm not a financial advisor. You want to know how to invest. Maybe for you better to invest in stocks, Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor going to tell you what's a good investment. But
just deliver the information. Right.
If you know what you want, I can help you buy it.
Right. So once you take a property and you listed it, how long it takes you to sell it, to find a buyer?
This depends on the most important thing is price. I have now a property listed. The guy, I told him what to list it for to begin with. He looks at the Zillow, the estimate. No, I wanted to list it, house listed over there, the estimate. You're the boss. I'm not the boss. I'm just hired. So I listed it on that price. He received already 4 or 5 offers, but it's below. He doesn't want to take it. So there's nothing I can do, right?
You can't do that, exactly. But would you take?
Can't force it.
No, you can. But would you take an overpriced listing just for the heck of it, or you don't want to do that? No.
It depends. Interesting. I just had now. Hopefully the listing will go up in 2 weeks. So the guy called me. I told him which number. He wanted me to list it for $675. I'm like, 675. You could list already for $1 million already. Like,
Well, for how much?
675 he wanted.
But you think it's
So
worth $1 million?
I told him, if you list 675, why 675? List for $1 million also, you know. I felt very uncomfortable to list for 675. I felt it's like embarrassing even, you know.
Well, because it's too much money, or it's too little?
Too high, yeah.
It's
So
too high.
we're going to list this for 650. That I still believe is to the high side, but that's can make sense a little bit. But definitely, yeah, it always happens. You have people they want to try, and the truth is, in this market, you never know.
But this is
It's a
something.
very interesting market.
Oh yeah, if
You
this
see
is something.
things that you wouldn't believe. So
Really?
always try.
Give us a crazy story. Let's go. I want to hear something that, let's say you listed it. You said you're never gonna sell it, and you got offer above the asking price.
I mean, I can tell you a story the opposite as a buyer's agent. That's just happened. So I was looking at a property for a client in Elizabeth. It was a good house. You walk in, it's beautiful. It just came at the market. I was sure that we just go to go 5 above asking. The asking wasn't like crazy. I was sure like we're not getting it, but I overheard where the seller's agent speaks to the seller and tells them, "Oh, this great agent just put an offer. He wants to see the property. Like we got to make sure we can give them access and everything." So I feel because my repetition, they accepted the offer and we made it happen.
To never send it.
I knew how to put. Sometimes it's not just the price; it's also the terms. If you know how to put in good terms,
Of course.
then
I
you
myself,
can.
right? I myself don't mind to overpay if I get good terms.
Right.
Because-
You got to put in strong terms also, you know, to make excited for the seller.
But if you
But I just now I had the opposite. It wasn't the area over here. It was a 4-family. I went to look with my client, and this is like a full gut, yes. Old and disgusting. You gotta put in maybe like 200 to fix it up. We put in an offer. Like they were asking 700. I was surprised. How can you even ask 700 for it? We put in an offer 675 cash 2-week closing. We lost it.
we lost it, you never know.
It's like crazy stuff.
If something is asking 700, what is the 500, 25? Would they have to be close to the asking price?
Sorry again.
If you're asking 700 for property, are people offer you, for example, lawyer or close to the asking price?
I have this all the time when I list a property. So it's very. I see it when I'm on the seller side. I can see you list a property for 600. The day you list it, people come over and they offer you 300, and you're like,
That's crazy.
yeah, what's wrong with you? If it's on the market for 2 months, then no one is running after the property, then you can start low and maybe go up a little bit. So you always gotta use your brain a little bit and understand that if it just came on the market and the guy's asking 700, you don't come with the 400 offer.
It's free to ask.
You could do whatever you want.
Right.
I tell my buyers, there's no law that says you cannot put in this offer. There's no law that you can, like for sellers, there's no law that you can't ask this price. You can do whatever you want. But
Right.
if you want to, sometimes I have it with buyers. They think that they're the only buyer around, and they will like harass you even. I remember having this. This was a while ago when the market was really hot. I had this property in Newark. I had this buyer. I told them, if you want this property, I'm telling you it needs to be this number, and you got to sign it today. Somehow they think they're the only buyers, and I will break.
Right.
They lost it.
Right. Yeah. If you sneeze, you lose.
You need to know you're not the only buyer. I mean, if it's off market and you know the seller, then sometimes you can play games. But then also, when you put an offer, so I tell my buyers like this: you see a house, you want to put an offer. Now, you want to get a good deal, right? So you really want to get it for like 300. Of course, then so you want to get for so you want to get it. You really want to put it over for 300. Then there's a price. Let's say you lose your offer. You heard that this house sold for 450. You're like, crazy? I would never in my life pay 450 for this. This guy is crazy. Why is he paying? He's going to lose money on it. He doesn't know what he's doing. Then there's a number. Let's say you want to put 300, or let's say you lose the offer, and you find out that the guy put it 400 and he got the offer, and you will be so upset. Why didn't I put 400? You could still make money, it still makes sense, 400. Why didn't I do that? I tell my buyers, if you will be upset that you find out that it was sold for 400, then put the offer now 400.
Bingo. But
Because sometimes people they get lost in the bidding, and they're all of a sudden are bidding already for numbers that don't make any sense anymore. They really lose it then. So then don't do that. But if you are in a multiple offer situation, go the highest what still makes sense to you. Don't play games, because in this type of situation, the seller will not come back to you and start negotiating with you, trying to push you up, because if he has 10 offers, he will go with the highest.
I totally agree with you. And if you really want the property, don't play a game. Right. Anyway, Moshe, it's been a real pleasure having you today. And if people want to reach out to you, can you please give your information, and they can reach out to you if they want to buy assets in Central Jersey, Elizabeth area?
247-244-4673.
Moshe, it's been a real pleasure, and thank you everybody for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe and like in YouTube. It will really help our situation, and we like to spread the word out with wonderful people that looking to learn. And this is all about getting the experience and getting the knowledge out there. And Moshe, I'm really proud of you. You're doing a good job. And
Thank you.
Next time you're down in South Florida, okay, look us up.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Have a great one.